Here we go.
I wonder if this is what Irving meant by answers.
Not sure, but obviously there's a connection here with Umbrella, and that's never a good sign.
We can worry about this later. First, we need to find out about Jill.
You're right. Let's see what we can dig up.
Can we find anything? Looks like water purifiers. The water is probably for the flowers. Aha! Got the bit. What did Umbrella need with all this heavy equipment here? Oh, and 8 is the blue. Umbrella logo. What the heck are they doing here? I knew it smelt. Umbrella. Was Umbrella doing research on these flowers? Uh-oh. From Chief Researcher Brandon's Journal Number 1, 1966. Day 4. Mr. Spencer once spoke of a flower called the Stairway to the Sun. Supposedly, this flower would give the person who consumed it incredible abilities. Everyone thought it was nothing more than a rumor or legend that Mr. Spencer was telling us, but later research would prove us wrong. The first person to recognize the validity of what story was my teacher, Dr. James Marcus. He hypothesized that a virus, hereto unknown, might exist that could alter DNA. The man was so perspicacious. His hypothesis turned out to be correct. The virus discovered in that flower was labeled progenitor. One second. Ha! I googled it. Progenitor. Like a janitor. Progenitor. That's how you pronounce it. For 3 months in Africa, we worked diligently, fretted over results, and stabbed? I'm going to say staved off attacks from the Endipea? I don't know. After such time, our efforts were finally rewarded. Even Dr. Marcus, who until yesterday looked exhausted, was in good spirits. He wanted to return home as soon as possible to delve deeper into his research. I feel the same way. I want to learn the secrets of this progenitor virus as soon as possible. 1967. We've hit the metaphorical brick wall. We've brought the progenitor flower back to the back from Africa and attempted to cultivate it here. The initial culture samples of the progenitor virus have not shown DNA altering characteristics. We cultivated the flower to mass produce the progenitor virus. At first, everything proceeded smoothly. The plants were strong and grew quickly. In a short amount of time, they flowered. But here is when a major problem surfaced. The flowers did not contain the progenitor virus. Perhaps the environment in which they're grown triggers the development of the virus. This matter must be investigated further. We've made no progress. We've tried cultivating the flower under different conditions, but with no luck in triggering development of the virus itself. Thus far, we have tried changing the soil, water, temperature, and light exposure, all with no success. I got into a heated debate with Dr. Marcus about the direction this research was taking. During the debate, Mr. Spencer interjected some foolhardy notion of starting a company. Without the progenitor virus, there's no point in starting a company. Does he not see that? It's all pointless. What the? Open sesame. I don't remember this part. I hear a dog. Oh, okay.
No. You grab it.
Okay. Thanks, partner.
You're welcome, partner. Oh, what's this? Oh no. Telegram from James Marcus. T-virus development a success. January 13th. Post my B-day. 1978. A shelf for files and sketches. Nothing of use here. Just an old computer. Can't tell if it's broken or if there's no power. Research Center Director Brendan's journal. 1998. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We've closed down the research center. It's strange, but I don't really care. I'm indifferent to the whole thing. I feel the same way as when I heard that the Arclay facility in Raccoon City were destroyed. When did I become so apathetic? I've spent every waking moment researching and extracting the progenitor virus. Everything I did was for Dr. Marcus. Actually, when I think about it, I probably stopped caring the day I heard he had died, all those years ago. I didn't feel angry or happy or even shocked. I felt nothing at all. It was as if all my emotions just shut down. I just kept sending out samples of the progenitor virus to all of Umbrella's laboratories. I was just an automated machine reporting to Umbrella headquarters. Every time one of my subordinates made a breakthrough or discovered something new, I was like a zombie, ambling through life, no thoughts, no feelings. Now the research center, where I've spent half my life, is closed. I really don't care one way or another. One way or another. Know that song? It's probably all of the best. Perhaps it is too late to have any semblance of a life again. More reading. From Chief Researcher Brandon's Journal Number 2, 1968. It's been over a year since we've had any breakthroughs. That's why Dr. Marcus and I have decided to return to Africa. We can no longer continue our research. Without the progenitor virus, I know those routine attacks by the Endopaya are really going to wreck my nerves. But for the sake of our research, I will persevere. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. In the face of my foreseen dismay, it was Mr. Spencer who provided the answer. If you're worried about the Endopaya, then we'll just have to remove them from the equation. I can only imagine the look of shock on our faces. The idea never occurred to us. It was quite an typical solution to our problem. But it seems to be the only option available. Atypical. Now I say it right. Dr. Marcus and I decided to try Mr. Spencer's plan. Finally, some good news. We learned they were able to chase the Endopaya off their land. The land we acquired only amounts to half of those underground ruins. But if it includes the area where the progenitor flower grows, then there should be no issues. Mr. Spencer said he plans to construct research facilities at the site which will expedite our research into the virus. Expedite. Okay. We hastily made our preparations to depart for Africa, but Mr. Spencer requested that Dr. Marcus stay in Raccoon City to take over the training center. We are initially taken aback by this request, but we soon realized it was the logical course of action. Dr. Marcus needs a calm environment to properly conduct his research. If he were in Africa, there would be no proper facility for him to use at this time. I just hope the African research facilities get built soon. So now I will go alone to Africa and send back samples of the progenitor virus to Dr. Marcus. Don't know if it's a sneeze. Both Dr. Marcus and Mr. Spencer agree this is the best course of action. I have to start making preparations to go. I have a feeling I'll be pretty busy starting tomorrow. I've been in Africa for 2 weeks now. It's a good thing Dr. Marcus isn't here. This place is far from being a paradise. of research and scientific study. The so-called research facilities are nothing more than a bunch of tents, and we have to employ armed soldiers to keep the Endopea at bay. But the thing that gets on my nerves the most is the sound of the construction for the real research facilities. How am I supposed to concentrate on research when everything is threatening to drive me insane? I'm trying to just concentrate on extracting the virus samples from the progenitor flowers so I can send them to Dr. Marcus. Hopefully, if I focus on my work, I can remain sane in this godforsaken place. 1969. Research facilities are finally completed. This is the real Umbrella Africa Research Center. Not just some pile of tents, but I've come to a realization in the past 9 months the facilities are too small for our needs. We need to make them larger, more suitable for research. Then we can fill them with more talented researchers. This place needs to be our front line in our progenitor virus research. Our results will do a great service to Dr. Marcus and his viral research. In a rare turn of events, that old skin Flint Spencer actually agreed with me on this. Wow, all done. Bam! Oh my gosh. She's gonna ruin it for us. Invoice copy, more! Umbrella Training Facility in James Marcus, 5 cases of the progenitor virus. Africa Research Center. Director Brendan Bailey. Oh, that's it. Cool.
You need to be careful!
No! Why would you do this?
I don't know how, but they could be using them to produce biological weapons. This is the facility from the picture, no doubt about it.
We're finally getting somewhere.
So here we go. More reading. Nice. Oh my gosh. Tri-cell researcher Mike Joel's journal number 1. When I heard it was the laboratory used by Umbrella in Africa, my expectations were raised to say the least. But when I saw it, well, it's a lab in name only. I don't know how Umbrella ever used it, and Lord knows how Tricell could possibly have any use for it. The place was abandoned long ago, so there's nothing there of any value to us. Not one piece of lab equipment remains, at least nothing that still works. I can't say I'm surprised because I half expected this. Anyway, the important thing is the progenitor virus. If we didn't need that virus for our research, there would have been no need to come to this rundown Umbrella facility anyway. We already have samples of the T virus, the G virus, the T Veronica virus, and even the Las Plagas parasite. We have everything we need for our research. Oh, those are all the before games. Resident Evil 4, 3, 2, and 1, and I think Code X Veronica. We just didn't have the damned progenitor virus, but we finally got our hands on it. Hopefully this will give us that much needed breakthrough. in our research. I can't wait to start working on it. I wonder who came up with the name liquor for those creatures. I mean, when you see its long tongue, you just know that it's the perfect name. But for researchers like me, BOWs like liquors are just a pain in the butt. If I said liquors were too perfect, I'd probably be going too far in my praise, but they're pretty much an evolutionary dead end. There's no room left for the improvement. BOWs that were created using the T-virus don't seem to show much improvement when the progenitor virus is administered. I mean, their ability to show some slight improvements. For example, their sense of smell seems more or less improved. But that's all we've got so far. They're still blind as an old lady, and they're ugly as dump. The biggest jump in their evolution seems to be their ability to reproduce. I hate when things don't go according to plan, but since there's still a demand for liquors on the BOW market, I guess things aren't all that bad. What even are liquors? It's not like they're dogs. It's those flowers again. Somehow, I don't think these are for Mother's Day. Can you imagine that? Mother's Day flowers. Their mother turned to zombie now. Oh no. Skip. More reading. Good, just a few. An email to an acquaintance. Hey, I know this is sudden, but I'm going to be getting some time off soon. We've completed most of our work on the new project. Sorry, I can't talk about work. So they're giving us some time off as a reward for all our hard work. All the staff are leaving tomorrow, and we'll finally be getting out of this country. I'm heading straight back to Arizona, and I can't wait to get home and see everyone. More than that, I think I'll just be happy to get away from the high and mighty Miguel guy thinks he's some sort of super genius. Miguel, a guy that sits next to me at work, and he's a good researcher and all. Don't get me wrong. He's got some good ideas, and is good at noticing details. But every time he opens his mouth, he just goes on and on about how great he is. You can't even begin to imagine what torture it is to hear that day in and day out. I wish we made a sedative I could give him. But forget all that. What matters is that I should be back home within the next few days. When I get back, I'll give you a call, and we gotta go out and get smashed. I could use the break. Talk to you soon, Ryan. Oh no, that's where we meet our little buddy. All right. They're in the behind the doors. Nope, this is for you.
Thanks.
I insist.
I need ammo.
Use this.
Much appreciated.
Oh, you could tell her thanks. Looks like it was torn apart by animals, not in a good way either. Now we're gonna see them.
Careful. I saw something.
Me too. Oh boy. Some lab animals. How long have they been locked up?
Give me an herb.
Take this!
Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. Be smart. He's not gonna come after you. I don't think. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh my god. So now they're different. Great.
I owe you one.
You'll need it.
Thanks.
No. No.
Give me an herb.
Use this.
Oh boy, more reading. Monitor room. All the monitors are offline though. Except this. Ooh. For now. Yeah, this one.
Thank God there weren't more of them.
Oh, there is.
We wouldn't last a whole horde.
I never forgot that. Is this it?
Sheva!
Roger. I don't think they'll notice us.
I hope not.
Guess their senses are weak.
Just to be safe, we should be as quiet as possible.
Oh yeah, it's right here. Now they heard it.
They heard us!
Run!
Come on! Come on!
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's go back.
Thanks.
Yeah, let's go back. Whew. Oh no, this part.
What the hell?
This was in the pictures, too.
Wait, that means Jill might be here.
What have they done?
still. There's so many. They must be kidnapping people from all over the world to experiment on. It stopped.
Why?
Well, that's why.
How did I forget about him?
Give me a grenade.
Roger, use this!
Never mind. Okay, cool. Oh my god.
Down! Now what time? Use this!
Why, thank you. Oh, the little bit.
Are you okay? I owe you one. Okay.
He's all yours.
Come on! Come on, Julie!
Yes. I forgot about him.
Damn it! Where is she?
Mr. Redfield, how nice to finally make your acquaintance.
Who the hell are you?
Exiligiona. She works with Tricell,
Nice. You've done your homework.
an officer in the Global Pharmaceutical Consortium. Why?
As if I need to explain myself to you. Although, weren't you two given orders to retreat?
So it was you.
Where is Jill?
Jill, even if I did know, you think I would tell you?
Cut the crap! Tell me where she is!
As soon as you two are done with your little vigilante mission, you should leave. There's nothing here worth throwing your lives away for.
She's lying. She knows something.
It's time we get some answers.
Trophy, Chapter 5-1. U8 file in the library.